Hello and welcome to, I guess this is not quite Palma, but it's definitely Mallorca. Just a little bit east of Palma. And after a whole bunch of traveling, the end got rather a series of fiascos. We made it here last night. And it's funny, I'm trying to use these new microphones to figure them out. And of course I don't have a shirt on, so I can't clip this on. So I got a camera in one hand, microphone in the other. Hopefully you're hearing everything. Look how beautiful that water is. Isn't that incredible? See the chain? Look at this. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera here. But you can see the chain going out to the anchor. How fun is that? No seagrass here. We're all good. Runa put us in a good spot. So, spin this around with one hand. Welcome. I'm Tim, and this is SV Paquita. It is Monday. Is it Monday the 10th of August? I think something like that. That sounds about right. Or maybe, is it, actually, I think it might be Sunday. It might be Sunday, actually. Yeah. Oh, wait, Saturday. Is it Saturday? Oh, my, no, yesterday was Saturday. It's got to be Sunday today. So great being, not having to, follow a calendar. But anyway, the freaky deaky Dutch are over here. A beautiful boat over there. We got boats all around us. There's a marina. Runa said it was about 135 euros a night if you can get in over there. But we're really happy anchored here. Runa was a little 10-minute ride from the airport. And Runa came in and picked us up yesterday. But to kind of give you an idea of what happened here, we flew from Boston. Well, I should back up and say that our flight wasn't until 10:30 Friday night. So I extended the, look at the Dutch guy swimming next to his boat. How cool is that? So I extended our rental an extra day so that I could run down to New Bedford. And in New Bedford, Massachusetts, there is a company that I've dealt with once before for this windlass, and I believe it's called Intra, I-M-T-R-A, I think that's what it is. Anyway, anyone interested, let me know, and I'll send you a link to them. But unlike, let's just say there are some more, you know how you can go to a convenience store and you can get bread and milk and eggs, but you pay a fortune and the quality's not always the greatest and that sort of stuff. Well, the big name stores that you would normally think of as chandleries across the U.S. and the world, those are kind of more like the convenient ones, convenience stores. Intra is amazing. I don't really know. It's weird. I found them only by a Google search that they were somebody who was a authorized dealer of these mirror windlasses, so I needed parts for that. Nobody else had them. They had like 2 or 3 of everything I needed right in stock. The prices were right, but more importantly, the people were phenomenal. Kind of family, multi-generations working there, extremely friendly, extremely helpful, and they say, hey, you don't have to drive here. We'll ship anywhere in the world. So if you need a chandlery that will go the extra mile and people that really know their stuff, and incidentally, I'm going to make a whole, let me spin this around, I'm going to make a whole video about showing you the parts that I bought and the taking this off and the seals that I have to replace and all that. I have all that. That will be coming up. This is just a back on the boat video here. But anyway, if you remember, I told you that, I'll even show you this part too. The old gearbox was filled with rust and it was dry in there. And I couldn't understand why it was dry without any oil. And if oil was in there and water, one of you guys pointed this out, that if it was full of oil and water went in there, anchor lock would be oil everywhere in the anchor lock, and there was none of that. Anyway, sure enough, the tech there is like, no, it's supposed to be dry, it's lubricated in there, as long as nothing goes in, everything's fine. So that's good. That means that I didn't mess up. But and the other thing is they were able to print out a schematic for everything that I need, and I found we've got a new seal and a new O-ring. We need to take all this off, replace all that, and then I got a new gearbox, and I even bought an extra motor just in case. So if we're out in Tonga and the motor dies, we'll be all set. But anyway, great people over there. They're phenomenal. Everyone there, they were all nice and all came out to, they do stuff for retail stuff. I think they like supply manufacturers and wholesale distributors and all this sort of stuff. It's just like a warehouse in the middle of an industrial park, and you go in, the nicest people and so eager to help and really cool. Can't say enough about that. Anyway, we got the gearbox, or what I would call the worm gear or right angle drive. I think in Tasmania or wherever these things are built, look at those fish. They call it a gearbox. Yeah. We got that, and we got a whole motor. So we got a lot of parts, and we flew. We put them in the bag and checked them and flew from Boston to Madrid, and then we had to get off the plane, get our bags, and then go to Ryanair, which had a $52 flight from Madrid out to Palma. And I bought that a couple weeks ago, and so we're all set to do that. And I knew that, you can only do a carry-on up to, I think, 11 kilos. And I knew that I was way over that with all the steel that I had in there. So I went to go check the bag, and the lady said, oh, no, you're a priority, so you can go right, take it with you. I said, no, I really want to put this out. She goes, no, you're fine, take it with you. I was like, all right. So we headed off to security. We get to security, and obviously they see all this metal in there, and they're like, what the hell is that? So we open it up, we're explaining what it is, and he goes, yeah, that's real nice, but you're not getting on the plane with this. So we had to go back, and of course the airport is just mobbed. We go back and we get in line, and our plane leaves, and so that was a disaster. So we ended up having to get new tickets and pay to put the thing down below and all that, and then get back in line. So instead of leaving at like 1, we were supposed to leave at 3:30. We didn't leave until 4:30 just because the plane was late. And then we finally got here, and everything's fine now. So we got here late last night. We were exhausted from all the travel and all that. And Runa picked us up, and we got back to the boat and had a few drinks. And when the sun went down, Runa and Rebecca took us in for one last paella at a beautiful restaurant last night. I didn't really film any of that just because I thought this was kind of the Last Supper with Runa. Runa and Rebecca are going to Portugal for a few days, and then he goes back to work. So hopefully he'll make a whole bunch of money as a veterinarian. He's a veterinarian, and so hopefully he'll have his finger in a dog's butt somewhere and say, God, I really miss Paquita. And he tells his practice, all right, I'm out of here for good, and he comes back and joins us again. That's what we're hoping for at any rate. But it's just going to be me and Chrysalida from now on, and I'm hoping that my big brother will come. You guys will like him. He's usually funny on camera too, so hopefully we can get my big brother to come sailing with us when we get to Italy. But I think today, after we drop Runa off, I think I have some work. I really should work on the windlass. I don't know that that's exactly what I want to do, because I'm still in the decompression mood where I'm just kind of trying to relax. Obviously it was fun to go home and do and look, all of you guys were so sweet saying the condolences for my father and all that. My father lived the most amazing life, died at almost 93 years old, and he was awesome. He didn't want to go, die in a hospital or an old folks home. He did everything that he wanted to do, and everything was great. He was surrounded by family. It was a wonderful life, and he didn't die in pain or anything. Everything was wonderful. So it was a life well lived, and it was definitely a celebration, and we couldn't have had a better time on Manhegan. not only with our family reunited, but also a lot of us that all went to school. And it sounds kind of weird, but growing up on an island with only, 60 some people in the winter, maybe 100 at its max, and one-room schoolhouses, stuff like that. Now that we're all pushing 60 years old, it's fun that we all get back together again. We all hung out, and it was a really, really good time. And we could not have had better weather. Those that are familiar with islands on the coast of Maine know that it's very fog is usually the order of the day, most days anyway. And there was no fog. It was flat, beautiful, not a cloud in the sky, and it was wonderful, other than me showing you the backside of the island and not having the mics working. So hopefully the mics are working on this one. But we had a great time. So thank you so much for all of your condolences. But like I say, it happened a while ago. He died a while ago, last winter, and we are doing this now. And we did a celebration of life, and we put his ashes and my mom's ashes and mixed them together in the water down in front of the house that my dad built and we grew up in. So it was a really, really cool time. But thank you so much. Like I say, hopefully the next video, well, we'll see how it goes. Like I say, I got to keep reminding myself. And so what I was getting at is that we've been kind of on the go constantly. And so I'm thinking, even if I'm thinking a down day wouldn't be the worst thing for us. Nice little down day. Runa's done a lot of the work to get the windlass ready to take apart. But I almost kind of want to do the windlass when we're at a marina. Not only because we're at anchor, but also, that we kind of need the windlass to raise and lower the anchor, but also because if we need a part or if I break something or whatever, it'd be nice to be shoreside that I could run and get something. Looks like the Italians are headed out early this morning under power. Of course, there isn't a whole lot of wind, so I kind of get that. And anyway, that's that. So at some point, it won't be the next video, but at some point I will give you a equipment video showing you what broke. I'll show you the old pieces, show you the new pieces and how I take it apart and all that sort of stuff. But until then, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like these videos, make sure to let us know in the comments. Love reading your comments. It really helps us out while we're out here feeling attached to our friends and some bit of normalcy in our lives. So I love everything that you guys write about. And a like, a share really helps out the channel. Subscribe. It's free, and it really helps the channel out. And those of you that have bought us rounds in the past, thank you so much. Cheers. Salancha. Skol. Salud. Whatever you guys say. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you want to buy us around, hit that super thanks button. Or you can join the legends over on our Patreon page. $2 a month or more, whatever you want. You can go there. I'll put a link in the description below. But other than that, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, be safe, and as always, I'll see you on the one.